What's up, nerds and geeks? My name is OMGWTFLOLFTWBRB, and welcome to Suprocker Sunday. If you're not familiar with what Suprocker Sunday is, since it has been a while, it is one of the 2 days out of the week that I choose to play really any game I want, such as the game we are playing today, Cartoon Network Punch Time Explosion XL, the arcade playthroughs. I've done this previously, as I've been doing with Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3 for quite a while, and this time we're going to be playing as Bolossom. Of course, here are her colors. She has a little pinkish one there, a little yellow one there, and of course her evil looking one, but as usual we are going to be playing as the original. As Bolossom appeared in a new dimension, she could sense that her sisters were close by. Intent on finding her sisters without any delay, Bolossom took off in a flash. So this is just a straight up Mortal Kombat based ladder that you fight. Of course, our first battle we're taking on Villax teaming with Kevin 11. And a little reoccurring thing I've been doing with Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3 and Cartoon Network Punch Time Explosion is I've been giving you information on the characters that I play. And unfortunately, with Cartoon Network PTEXL, it's hard to find information on the specific characters. I can find it on their shows, so I don't just give you the show, but I do give you information on the characters, as I will be doing in a couple seconds. I just want you to know that if you do watch my Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3, I'm a little bit more informational on those, especially with the Marvel superheroes and villains. But let's give this a shot. So Bolossom is the self-proclaimed leader of the Powerpuff Girls. Her personality ingredients is everything nice. Her signature color is pink, and she has long red hair with a red bow. She was named for having a spoken and freely and honestly to, I think it's honesty that they meant to put, but whatever, to the professor shortly after her creation, as shown in the Powerpuff Girls movies. She is often seen as the most level-headed and composed member of the group, and also strong and determined. Her unique power is freezing objects with her breath, as seen in the episode Ice Sore. I'm stupid, and I did not list the name of the girl who did her voice. So, real quick, I'm actually going to look that up while this one's going through. I don't know how I messed that up. I mean, I got a bunch of stuff for her, basically, you know, the characters, her voice, like the person, the character. Oh fuck! What am I trying to say? The characters of all the people that her voice actor does do. This won't take long, in all honesty. That's why I'm still talking that way. It's not too silent. I'll have it right in a jiffy. The lady who does Blossom's voice in the television show The Powerpuff Girls is Kathy Cavandini. I don't know if I pronounced that right, but nonetheless, that's her name. And she has also done Sarah West and Mother Snake in episode Friendship on the television show Adventures from the Book of Virtues. Everything I'm going to mention, by the way, is only a television show, so I'm not repeating that. She's done additional voices in Alvin and the Chipmunks, Jennifer Parker in Back to the Future, the animated series. She was wife, that's the name, movie star and reporter in episode The Big Chill and The Batman. She was Alana Strange, Jan and Ruby Ryder in episode Bold Beginnings, Fiona and Dr. Myra Rhodes in episode The 4-Star Spectacular and Batman Brave and Bold. She was Cooper Daniels in episode Ben 10 vs. the Negative 10 in Ben 10. She's done additional voices for Darkwing Duck in episode Time and Punishment. I love Darkwing Duck, by the way. She was cheerleader in episode The Kids Are All Wrong / Win, Lose, or Duck in Duck Dodgers. She was Paperboy in episode All About Elliot and Duckman, Private Dick. Alright, / Family Man. She was Tanya Mousekewitz in Fievel's American Tales. She was Abelia and Female Warrior in episode Lost City of Muntabis and Jackie Chan Adventures. What a good show. She was Clash, aka Constance Montgomery in Gem. She was Dr. Mary and Blonde Girl in episode The Brave and the Bold in the Justice League. She was Katie and Billy's girlfriend in episode Dark Heat and Justice League Unlimited. She was Glitter in Kid Video. She was Andriana, I want to say? I don't know. In The Little Mermaid. She was Sky Redfern in Mr. T. That was a show. She was singer and girl number 3 in episode A Robot for All Seasons in My Life as a Teenage Robot. She was Cecilia in episode Hook Christmas in the television show Peter Pan and the Pirates. Of course, she was Blossom in the Powerpuff Girls. She was Alien Woman and Crecilius Hunter in episode Transformation in Teen Titans. She was Ariel in episode Spidey Meets the Girl from Tomorrow and Spider-Man and His Amazing Friends. She did additional voices for Superman. She was Blossom again in the What a Cartoon Show. And in season 1 of What's with Andy, she was Mrs. Frida Larkin and Terria. Now, a thing I am going to do also, this is something new I'm doing. I didn't do this in the past ones, and I might not do it. I just got lucky to find this, honestly, is I'm going to list all the games that Blossom has been in and give you some bios on them. So, she was in the Powerpuff Girls Bad Mojo, which was developed by Scenari Interactive for the Game Boy Color. It was released in North America on November 14, 2000. Bad Mojo Jojo follows Blossom, the leader of the Powerpuff Girls, as she fights Mojo Jojo and his henchmen. Blossom can fly, but only for a short period of time. GameSpot cites the key problem as whenever Blossom falls into water, she not only dies, but any progress in collecting required trinkets throughout the levels reset to nothing. Another aspect of the game is that the player takes the role of Bubbles, Buttercup, Rowdy with Boys, Brick, Boomer, and Butch, and the mayor of Townsville. Interesting. Through the use of entering passwords, which can also be used to unlock special features like unlimited flight. So that's interesting. Basically, only Bolossom was intended to be the player of the game. The Powerpuff Girls Paint the Townsville Green was developed by Scenari Interactive for the Game Boy Color. It was released in North America on November 28, 2000. Unlike the previous game, this installment follows Buttercup. The game plays very similar to the first one for the sake of being able to trade cards between two games when they're linked together. Oh, it follows Buttercup. So, I guess Blossom's in it, but she's not playable. The Powerpuff Girls Battle Hymn was developed by Scenari Interactive for the Game Boy Color. It was released in North America on February 27, 2001. Excuse me, this is Blossom's ultimate move. She basically just flies around freezing everybody. Not much of a fantastic finisher if you ask me. But anyway, like I was saying, unlike the two other games, Battle with Him follows Bubbles and plays very similar to the first two for the sake of being able to trade cards between the three when the two are linked together. So basically, the only one Blossom is playable in is the first one that I mentioned. She was in the Powerpuff Girls Him and Seek, which was developed by Vicarious Visions for the Game Boy Advance, released on October 29, 2010, styled as an RPG. You play as all three girls this time, searching for scavenger hunt items while fighting Mojo Jojo, Fuzzy Lumpkins, Princess Morbucks, the Gangrene Game, and him, of course. She was also in the Powerpuff Girls Mojo Jojo, a Go-Go. It is a Powerpuff Girls animated series based video game. Oh, okay. It centers around the name of the Powerpuff Girls' mission to stop Mojo Jojo and his minions. In the Adventure Hero, three Adventure Hero alternately into the game is a transparent or all three of the hero is lost energy. All right. I guess that was weird. The game, developed by Scenari Interactive in 2001, is only available for the Game Boy Advance. And then she was in Game D Demashanti Powerpuff Girls Z. Alright, it's a party video game based off the spin-off series Powerpuff Girls Z, which was released exclusively in Japan for the Nintendo DS, not 3DS, on June 12, 2007. Yes, by the way, that is a series only in Japan. You can look up some episodes on YouTube. I never heard about it before until this year, basically, or late last year. Anyway, now into the console game. She was in the Powerpuff Girls Chemical Extraction. It was developed by This Entertainment. It was released in North America for the Nintendo 64 on October 14, 2001, and for PlayStation on November 8, 2001. The Powerpuff Girls must battle enemies in a variety of settings in order to reclaim Chemical X and track down Mojo Jojo. Players can be in the story mode or can battle against a threat in head-to-head battle. And in the story mode, players can pick up objects and throw them at the enemy to decrease their opponent's health meter. They can use superpowered attacks by collecting vials of Chemical X. If the player successfully defeats the enemy in 2 out of 3 rounds, they move to the next enemy location. I hope I can actually get all this off before we move on to places I actually need to talk about the game. Alright, next game, the Powerpuff Girls Relish Rampage was the last Powerpuff Girls, at least, console game. It was a game developed by This Entertainment. It was originally released on PlayStation 2 on November 24th, 2002 in North America, and December 13th, 2002 in Europe. but it was later produced for the GameCube in Europe in December 13th, 2002, and in North America on October 15th, 2003. In the game, you play the 3 Powerpuff Girls, and you must fly around a 3D world solving puzzles in an attempt to stop the invasion of Townsville by Pickles from outer space. Yep, that happened. So on to PC games now. She was in the Powerpuff Girls Mojo Jojo's Clone Zone. It is a PC learning game published by the Learning Company for ages 6 and up. The Powerpuff Girls are supposed to defeat a bunch of Mojo Jojo clones and get their motherboards to earn their various prizes and more. I almost said motorboats, believe it or not. She was in Powerpuff Girls Gamesville. It was developed by BAM Entertainment for the PC CD-ROM, and that was released on October 31st, 2002. The Powerpuff Girls Princess Snorbucks is a PC game made by the Learning Company. In it, the girls are asleep, and you must fight through their nightmares to get through the stages. Once all stages are beaten, you test your skills against more bucks herself. The game is for everyone 6 and up. The Powerpuff Girls Mojo Jojo's Pet Project is a PC adventure game published by BAM Entertainment. In the game, the controller plays the 3 girls, Blossom, Bubbles, and Buttercup, as well as their new supercomputer in an array of arcade-style games to save Townsville from mutated animals. Of course, she has appeared in Cartoon Network Punch Time Explosion and Punch Time Explosion XL. It is a game, of course, developed by Crave Games, and is currently available for the 3DS. That's the original version only, which is not XL, and the console, which is XL versions only. Systems, basically. It was released in June 2nd, 2011. Though it's not a main Powerpuff Girl games, it still features all 3 girls, Mojo Jojo, and him as a playable character. Fuzzy Lumpkins as an assist character, and the Rowdy Rough Boys as the girls' alternate costumes, and the shows as a stage. I might have spoiled something there. She was in Cartoon Network Racing. It is a game, it is a game creation of Cartoon Network Interactive. Euthanasics? I don't know if I pronounced that. Firebrand Games and the Game Factory. It is for the PlayStation 2 and Nintendo DS. Though not a main Powerpuff Girls game again, it still features all 3 girls, Mojo Jojo, him, Fuzzy Lumpkins, and Professor Utonium as playable characters, and it was released November 28, 2006. And the last game that Bolossom has appeared in and I'm going to talk about is Cartoon Network Universe Fusion Fall. It is a massively multiplayer online game developed by Cartoon Network and Griggin Entertainment. Fusion Fall uses the Unity engine as its client technology basis. It is for the web. It is a web browser game at least, and it's not a Powerpuff Girls main game but it still features all 3 girls: Mojo Jojo, him, Fuzzy Lumpkins, Princess Morbucks, Ace, the Mayor, and Professor Utonium as non-playable characters. And it was released on January 14th, my birthday, in 2009. I've actually played Fusion Fall before, and that was bullshit. Yep. But yes, I have played Fusion Fall before. I don't know if I got... No, I did get to the Powerpuff Girls. Very interesting. Something I would probably play again, in all honesty. I just was never really... It wasn't that I wasn't into it, but it was like... I like that Coke. It wasn't that I really wasn't into the game, it was just I was still pretty young, and at that time I really didn't respect PC games like I respect them nowadays. Like, back in the day, like, I didn't have my own laptop, so it's not like I could play it at any time, but it was an interesting game. I remember the only reason I stopped playing it is because I got stuck on this one mission, and the thing with it is you had to, like, I think it was either kill or collect something. And you know, it's an online game. And have any of you ever played online games? Which I've only played a couple. That, like, I'm talking about MMORPG, I think they're called. Like World of Warcraft and all that. That's what it basically is, kind of. But if any of you ever played some of those, you have douchebags sometimes who will steal your stuff. Like, I'll be working against an enemy, and I don't know if they fixed this problem in the game. Like I said, I played it a while ago. I was still in high school around this time. But, you know, I killed the enemy I had to do, and he would pick up the thing that I got before I did, or kill him before I did. And I know some games fix that by, you know, having whoever did the most damage or something to it. But that was the main reason why I stopped playing it. But, you know, it's definitely a game I'd go back to. I respect a lot of online games nowadays, and hopefully in the future I can provide some of those. I mean, I play League of Legends a lot with my friends, XMed Russian and all of them. I love Star Wars The Old Republic. I haven't played that in so long, but I recently just downloaded it again. My old account I don't remember the password to, so I had to start all over. But I played that and paid for it until I lost, of course, my job. And I never was into World of Warcraft. Never really was. But yeah, there was that. But you know, I respect online games a lot now. Anyway, while I'm fighting him here, this one probably shouldn't take long because it's rather easy. Let me talk about Bolossom as a character. To me, I really did like the Powerpuff Girls. It wasn't my favorite show, but I'm not gonna lie like I was as a little kid because it was a girls show, I thought. But no, I liked the show. But Bolossom, she never really stuck out to me, I want to say. If anything, I was more annoyed by her because, I don't know, like Buttercup was, you know, this badass girl, and then Bubbles was this cutie little girl, and then you had Blossom, who's just like there. And it's weird because I've always had kind of a weird thing. I don't mean to be personal with you nerds and geeks for redheads, but never liked Blossom. Anyway, immediately after her final victory, Blossom bumped into her sisters literally after going through another portal. The trio rejoiced and set their sights on finding Townsville before they would continue with their journey. Though Bolossom presented Bubbles with Octi, Bubbles glowed brightly with great happiness.
Good job, girls!
Yeah, I was a little personal with you there, now I kind of feel awkward. But anyway, since I didn't show you her synergy partner during the playthrough, her synergy partner is Gwen from Ben 10 Ultimate Alien Force. Gwen turns into her alien form, and Blossom and her shoot each other, which results into a big bang that did not kill Buttercup. Yep. And of course, here is Blossom's alternate costume. She is, I don't know her Rowdy Rough partner's name. Sorry to all those people that are yelling at me right now, but she is her. I'm sorry, I did that on purpose, that little crouch thing, because she always smiles. To me, it was the funniest thing, but I don't remember her name. But of course, her standalone X was a freeze. Her side X was, or side special, I should say, was her running at people. Her down special was her. There it is again. Her shooting a lightning bolt, and her up special is just her flying around. But I hope you have enjoyed this playthrough as Blossom and all the information I did give you on her. And if you have, please leave me a like and also subscribe if you like this and would like to see more. I do these every Sunday. And as always, nerds and geeks, I have been OMG, WTF, LOL, FTW, BRB. I'll be seeing you next week when we continue doing this. And as you always, don't forget to follow me on Facebook and like me on Twitter. And I'll be seeing you later. So until then, nerds and geeks, you guys have a great day.